Milim's forces faced the horizon, as though the world itself had drawn a breath and refused to release it. Carrera saw the first shimmer above the far line of Earth, a trembling haze that fractured into motion, into a living flood that erased the boundary between sky and land. The swarm advanced with a presence that overwhelmed thought itself, and even before distance collapsed, every warrior understood the same truth without speaking it aloud. This enemy belonged to a scale where hesitation carried consequences and certainty became a luxury. Wow, that ain't good. The words left Carrera quietly, yet the field responded as if something heavier had been spoken. Obela stood nearby, her body restored and her will reforged, yet her expression tightened at the sight. She had returned from loss with purpose burning through her veins, but the swarm stripped that fire down to instinct. Her hatred of insects lingered beneath the surface, yet something deeper stirred now, something older than memory, a warning etched into life itself. These were the forces of Zeranus, the insect lord. 8 of the 12 armies had gathered. The 12 insect masters moved within that tide. Obela named them, and each word settled across the field like a quiet confirmation of scale. Milim turned toward Fry, her voice bright with familiar ease. Is it all right if I blow them all away with Dragonova? The question carried the weight of annihilation dressed in simplicity. Fry understood the temptation immediately. A single overwhelming strike could erase the problem before it truly began. It promised clarity. It promised control. Yet Frey had learned that control revealed itself slowly, and anything offered too quickly often carried a hidden cost. Using our most powerful attack first thing might have its tactical purposes, she said, measured and composed, but it's not a good idea to reveal our hand before we even know what the enemy's capable of. Her reasoning settled into place with quiet authority. Carrera agreed without hesitation, his instincts aligning with hers. Midray offered his own perspective, reducing the enemy into ranks and targets, framing the battle as something that could be dismantled piece by piece. His confidence carried weight, though it lacked caution. Fry allowed it to pass without challenge. The field required unity more than correction. Roles formed quickly. Frey claimed the sky. Midray accepted the ground. Carrera committed his warriors to hunting commanders. Obela chose to remain at Milim's side. The structure took shape not through debate, but through shared understanding. Milim clapped her hands together, delighted. I'll expect great things from my Big Four. Carrera blinked at the title. Frey sighed with restrained exasperation. The name sounded playful, almost misplaced against the scale of the battlefield. Yet no one rejected it outright. In a strange way, it held the group together, turning responsibility into identity. Then the full weight of their forces revealed itself. Carrera stood at the center of a coalition that had grown beyond its origins. The remnants of 3 Demon Lord domains had fused into a single entity. He commanded 100,000 warriors, structured into 100 corps, each hardened through survival and adaptation. Fry oversaw an aerial force of more than 3,000 elite knights, each bonded to griffins trained beyond their natural limits, each capable of operating at the highest levels of coordinated combat. Midray directed the logistical backbone, a vast network of support units that sustained the army's movement and endurance. Obela shaped strategy with sharp precision, guiding decisions that would determine whether this force endured or collapsed. Behind them stood Tempest's reinforcements. Geld's yellow and orange numbers formed a defensive wall of 35,000 disciplined soldiers, their strength refined through evolution and experience. The yellow ranks approached A- capability, while the orange forces carried the steady resilience of veterans. Team Hiryu, led by Gabil, remained small, yet unmatched in concentration, 100 fighters whose individual strength elevated them beyond conventional units. Carrera and Esprit stood apart, their presence alone altering the atmosphere of the battlefield. 200,000 soldiers stood ready. Across from them, 3 million insects advanced. The difference in scale pressed against the mind, yet no one moved to retreat. Carrera stepped forward, her expression alive with anticipation. If Milim's not taking action, I guess I will instead. She moved without hesitation, raising her power in a single decisive motion. Abyss Annihilation. The spell erupted. It tore through the swarm, devouring millions in an instant. The the sky cleared in violent bursts of light. The numerical imbalance shattered. What had seemed impossible shifted into something tangible. The army responded immediately. Confidence surged. Momentum returned. Then the sky changed. A distortion formed above them, subtle at first, then undeniable. Space bent, folding in on itself as though reality had been rewritten mid-breath. The energy of Carrera's attack reappeared, redirected with precise control. Milim's expression sharpened. So this was the enemy's answer. Carrera reacted at once, her tone losing all trace of playfulness. Geld, build a barrier directly above us with everything you got. Geld moved without question. Esprit layered her magic across his defenses. Milim raised her own power, sealing the formation into 3 distinct layers. The structure formed in seconds, each component locking into place with exact purpose. The attack fell. Light consumed the field. Force followed. The impact carried enough weight to twist perception itself, turning the ground into something unrecognizable for a single suspended moment. Then the energy dispersed. Silence returned. The land had changed. The terrain beyond the castle lay stripped bare, reshaped by the force of redirected destruction. Yet the army remained intact. Not a single casualty. Carrera exhaled, her confidence returning in a quieter form. They turned it back on us. Milim smiled, though her eyes remained focused. Interesting. The realization spread quickly. The enemy possessed control over space itself. Directional magic could be intercepted, altered, returned. The battlefield no longer followed conventional rules. Every attack carried risk beyond its target. Obela lowered her head briefly. I should have anticipated this. Carrelon dismissed the thought with a short shake of his head. Regret offered no advantage here. Fry moved immediately to the next decision. No more magic, she said. We switched to direct engagement. Agreement followed without resistance. The battle shifted. Carrera selected her opponent first, locking onto Zeth, the commanding presence within the swarm. Frey chose a target in the air. Carrelon, Gabil, and Midre followed, each identifying their own adversary. The structure of the conflict simplified into something more controlled. Commanders would engage commanders. The army would follow their lead. They launched almost simultaneously. Carrelon moved first, his body cutting through the air with practiced precision. The others followed, their forces surging behind them. The battlefield transformed from anticipation into action. Milim remained. The absence of her movement stood out immediately. Obela turned toward her. You're not going?